And here they come, folks, and in that first vehicle, I think that looks like Danny Allen. And Danny Allen, she transformed when she became the winner of NBC's hit show, The Biggest Loser, in season 14. Congratulations for that, Danny. And since then, she continues to use her platform and voice to inspire others that health comes in many shapes and sizes. Learning to love yourself is the most important. I agree. Way to go. We should spread that message, Danny. Keep going.
And you know, Danny is going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner in just a few minutes. She's got a tremendous voice.
Absolutely. I'll look forward to that. Okay, vehicle number 2. We're looking at Jim and Telly Nagel from the Drake Oak Brook Hotel owners. Oh boy, okay. And a little bit about the Drake Oak Brook Hotel. It's thrilled, first of all, to welcome back. We are thrilled to welcome back the Drake Oak Brook Hotel as the Polo Club's official luxury hotel sponsor of the 2021 season. So for guests seeking a glamorous escape from the everyday, the Drake Oak Brook autograph collection is a world apart. A lovingly renovated historic icon just a short drive from Chicago and the Oak Brook Polo Fields. Okay, offering a rich blend of grand hotel experiences and amenities, distinctive social events, and legendary stylish service that makes everyone feel like a privileged insider. The Drake Oak Brook Hotel is the presenting sponsor of the prestigious Drake Challenge Cup on Sunday, August 29th. That's today. For more information about the hotel and special polo rates, please visit the Drake Oak Brook Hotel.com or talk to this lovely couple riding in this lovely car.
Jim and Telly, thank you so much for your great sponsorship over the years. You can see the beauty, the Drake right across the way. It's a legend here, and they provide great service to their guests. So please revisit our wonderful Drake.
Now, Dick and David, in vehicle number 3 here. All right.
Oh, it's the mayor.
They downsized you, Mayor, but that's the mayor, the Oak Brook Mayor, Paul Lolamani. How did I do? Go Paul Lolamani. And he's joined by his special guest, the mayor of Schaumburg, Tom Daly. Let's give him a big welcome, folks.
Thank you, mayors. Two great cities. Thank you.
And last but not least, our 2 teams. You're going to get a really good up-close look of these teams right now, folks. Our Oak Brook team in the white, give them a big round of applause. Our Beaver Creek team in the red. We'll be looking at those jersey numbers today, trying to identify them by their helmets. Oh boy, we're going to have fun. And that brings us to introducing our teams, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to introduce the guests from Beaver Creek. At the number 1 position, would you welcome Chris Vangel, the captain of the Beaver Creek team, Beaver Creek in red. At the number 2 position, rated 3 goals, Gonzalo Novizo. At the number 3 position, rated 3 goals, Alfredo Guerrera. And at the number 4 position, rated 4 goals, look out for Lindor Novito. And for Oak Brook, at the number 1 position, rated 4 goals, Tomas Obregon. At the number 2 position, rated 4 goals, Mariano Gutierrez. And at the number 3 position, rated 4 goals, Horacio Oneto. He is the captain of the team. And at the number 4 position, Mr. Jim Drury, president of the Oak Brook Polo Club. Yep, folks, walking those sidelines, we need you to stay back. We're ready to go here. First chucker, 1 of 6. Pam Mudra, our scorekeeper, timekeeper down below. We'll try and announce that for the people on the east side of the field. All right, Mariano. Nice offside shot downfield, backed away by Gonzalo. And a hook. And turning on the ball, Mariano Gutierrez. Mariano, nice offside sky shot downfield, looking for Jim Drury out front, but he's got Horacio Neto. And Jim Drury does a nice job of staying out of the way. Picked up by Tomas Obregon. Tomas dribbling, slowing it down, and a whistle on the play. So folks, there are penalties in polo, and most every penalty has to do with safety, okay? There's something called the line of the ball. The line of the ball is the most integral part about polo. But we'll talk more about that with Dick and David later too, because there's a big fat rule book for polo. This looks like it's going to be a penalty 3, folks. Notice the defense, the red team, Beaver Creek, behind the end line. This is a 40-yard penalty, goal unprotected. They can't do anything back there.
But it's not easy to hit a stationary ball in polo, Dan. A lot easier when it's moving.
Now you're going to help me with that, but we'll watch this penalty shot. Now, that looked like it went wide. Watch our goal judge down there waving the blue flag. When they wave it horizontally to the ground, it means that the ball did not go to the goalposts. So they set it up about 12 feet from the goalposts. Defense becomes offensive. Offense takes over defense. And here comes Beaver Creek. Nice offside shot towards the boards. Heads up on the sidelines, folks. Those horses will come over. Watch this. On the ball, Mariano. And waiting and weaving in front of him a little bit. Mariano.
He's passing it up to Oneto right now, but Oneto is covered by Novijo. Novijo is going to turn the ball, Dan.
Yes. On the ball, Alfredo for Beaver Creek, a near side along the boards. That looked like Chris Vangle, and there's a timeout on the field, and
We got the ambulance?
and we need some. We'll wait and see, but
We need the EMT out of
we
the
need a
field.
medic on the field.
EMT, medic, please now.
So that is not a good. That's not
Where
good.
is the Oak Brook? Yes, we need the medic out on the field.
And
Somebody get,
Pam's taking care of the horse. Will run back to the trailer, folks. The horse will run back to the trailer. We're interested in getting the medic out there right now. And that looks like Lindor Novio. And he's up. Alfredo? Alfredo Guerrera. Guerrero. Alfredo. Woo!
Let's give him a hand, folks. That was a hard fall.
And it's hard to see. Yep. The EMTs will come over and check him out and make sure that he's okay.
Dan, we got word that the horse is okay. His pony, that the Bay Argentine mare, she's just fine.
Okay. And we'll wait for Alfredo. I think there's a rule now about, they'll check him out for concussion. So a little time out here, folks, we don't want to get started that way, but we're lucky. There aren't a lot of injuries in polo, Dick. It's really, for all of the danger that's out there, the players are respectful, the rules are set up for the horses and the players' safety. These riders they're the best riders on the planet, folks, and they work with their horses That's one of the beautiful things about the game of polo. This relationship between the rider and the horse. Sometimes you'll have a horse that will actually chase the ball like a dog. You know, what do you think, Dick?
Well, I think at this level, the polo is safer. It's at its safest because, folks, you are seeing some of the best horses in the world today. They are like Ferraris. They can stop if there's danger. The player can stop them and change direction on a dime. So you're right, Dan. It is rare, and I think we just had a stumble by the bay mare, and that's why he went down so hard. And he's getting back on his horse.
All right,
let's give Mr. Novicio a big hand. Thank goodness he is fine.
Alfredo Guerrero, the number 3 player for Beaver Creek, and he's back on the horse. And I did not really see, it was on the other side of the field, Dick, what exactly happened, but he went down hard. So Alfredo back on the horse, and it doesn't look like there was any penalty involved. They're not setting up for a penalty shot. It looks like it'll be a throw-in at the spot where the umpires blew the play dead. So with just over a minute and a half gone in the first chukker. I gotta do math with this one, Pam. Minute and a half gone, 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in chukker number 1. We're about ready to get going again. Teams will line up side by side. I think that Beaver Creek was heading to our right.
You know, Dan, I think there was a penalty on the play, and Beaver Creek fouled at the moment that mare went down, but it wasn't because of the penalty. So this is going to be a penalty 5, a bring in from the spot by Horacio Neto, team captain for Oak Brook, and he's heading downfield with the ball. He's being chased. Look at this mare run. The ball bounced over his mallet, Dan.
And leaving that Alfredo Guerrera and picking it up. Oh, what a beautiful offside shot, and goes through the goal. Oak Brook is going to tie it up.
So Tomas Obregon stole that ball and made a beautiful shot for your home team, Oak Brook. You'll see the scores tied because of the handicap advantage. Yes. We're all tied, and now we're going to be changing directions.
After every goal is scored. And if you missed that, each team has a total amount of goals through the handicap. And Beaver Creek came in as an 11-goal team, and Oak Brook as a 12-goal team. We gave Beaver Creek a goal to start. And a beautiful back shot on the offside by Mariano Gutierrez, and up against the boards, protecting that ball, scooping it out. Obregon offside hook. Nice play by Vanga.
Here comes Horacio Neto again.
And a whistle on the play. So here's the deal, folks, and this is why there's 2 umpires out there and a 3rd man. The line of the ball. Every time that ball hits a divot, a horse's foot, a mallet, anything, if it changes direction, you have to adjust to that new line. It makes it really tricky. If you get across the line and you take a swing at the ball, the umpires are going to blow the foul. If you clear out, if you inadvertently get stuck across the line of the ball, a lot of times they'll let it go if you clear out. So penalties are awarded on the severity of the foul, okay? That has to do with where the team is on the field, who's attacking, vicinity to the goal. This is, in my opinion, the most common penalty shot that you see in polo. It's a penalty 4. It's from 60 yards, but now you'll see something really interesting, folks. The goal's protected. No defense within 30 yards of the ball. You'll notice the Oak Brook the Beaver Creek players standing outside the goal, the Oak Brook players inside the goal. They're going to try and block this.
That's Guerrero taking the shot. The goal judge says it's good. And Beaver Creek goes ahead 2-1, Dan.
And I think we switched Alfredo and Rudy.
So yeah. That's the perfect way, Dick, to do a penalty shot. You lift it up over everybody, nothing you can do. Okay, clock keeps running, folks. When a goal is scored, we're down to 4 minutes left in the chukker. Out of the lineup, scooping it out of there. Chris, I'm sorry. Obregon and Aneto on the ball. Obregon at the number 1 position. Look at him go. He's going to put it right through. Does he get it? No! Just wide. Hit the goalpost. Bounced out. It'll be Beaver Creek's ball, and our goal judge will set it up about 12 feet from the goalpost. Give them room to maneuver when they knock in. And you'll see down there on that north end right now. You can't take a timeout for this, but the Beaver Creek players changing horses. You can do that. We'll talk more about that. Okay, Dick?
That was, you got it. And look at the pass to the player coming in off the field. Novijo on the ball, on that beautiful gray mare. He's looking for a teammate to hit to. His number 3 is giving him instructions. Number 3 takes out the player. Here's the next shot at goal, and it's blocked.
And on the ball, he picks it up off the deflection, heading on the angle to the goal. Got to be careful not to cross it. He's going to put it through, right through. Uh-oh. Beaver Creek coming back. Gonzalo. Novia. Dave, what do you got?
It was a terrific goal. We got Beaver Creek coming back very strong. Lindor, you'll see in the light blue helmet, red. Watch him. He's a phenomenal player.
And Dave, that bay mare with a white strip on her face, she's terrific, isn't she?
And we have a timeout on the field, folks.
Looks like Six Bengals horse may have. It's just a tap.
So you can't take a timeout to change horses, David or Dick. You can't do that. We saw the horse change at the end of the field on the knock-in, and so you have to time it right. But you can take a timeout, and the umpire will blow the whistle, take a timeout if there's something that endangers the horse or player. So if there's a tack problem, and the tack is the bridles and the saddles and all the gear, if there's a problem with that, they'll stop the game and let you fix that. Safety is definitely the most important issue in this game, folks. Absolutely. So the horse is conservatively estimated at being 80% of the game. It doesn't matter how good a player you are. If you aren't well mounted, you're not going to be able to get into the play. So again, what's different about a polo pony than a racehorse is the relationships that these riders develop with their horses. There's nothing else like it, in my opinion. These horses will play polo from about 4 years old, sometimes into their 20s. Maybe not at the higher goal polo like this, but 8 to 16 years old is not unusual, if I'm right about that, Dick, if that's your experience.
You know, down in Argentina in the Open, they have some 15 and 17-year-old horses. They only play once a year for the 3-month Open season, and they let them eat grass the rest of the time.
So the thing that always attracted me to this game is obviously the horses. The people are okay, Dick, right?
Indeed.
You know, Dave, the people are okay, David.
We got Chris Rando, he's back, he switched horses. He's playing right there. Number 1 red.
All right. Picking up the ball for Beaver Creek, and again, remember, they switched directions in Beaver Creek with a gopher grinder. Alfredo heading for goal for Beaver Creek, and Beaver, just wide. So Beaver Creek is coming out after Alfredo Guerrero going off and looking pretty sad out there. Beaver Creek is taking it to Oakbrook. Now, they beat us last time, so I'm supposed to be rooting for Oakbrook, but you already took Oakbrook, Dick. What am I going to do? Here they come, folks. Heads up on the sidelines. And
Be careful along the boards, man. Move. Get off the field.
What is... Oh, my goodness.
Seriously?
Timeout. Oh, boy. We were looking completely the opposite direction. Hey, folks, that's like a really good idea for you to watch something like that and go, what are you thinking about? Oh, my goodness. And Oakbrook was on the attack. So,
Folks, we can't be safe enough here. Please abide by this safety zone on both sides. They're going to be over your side too, on our east side.
well, You would think we had we might have staged that. It was so good. What do you say, David?
I would say that if you want to take photographs, do it at halftime.
Yeah. So, folks, that is a safety issue, not just for you, but for our players. My goodness. That's kind of a no-brainer, and I don't even know what to say, except nice camera.
We're going to invite you all out at halftime to help us fix this, folks. So just be careful. We're going to have a bowl in here.
All right.
And with your Oak Brook team heading to the south goal, they're down a couple goals, but I think they're going to close this gap, Dan and David.
3-1. Beaver Creek lines up. Jack Murphy with his hand in the air. Bowls the ball in. That's a nice look at the lineup. And a bowling. Dribbling the ball for Beaver Creek, and a beautiful back shot there by Alfredo Guerrero. And turning the ball, dribbling it, switching that line. Mariano Gutierrez. Mariano taps. Sends his teammates downfield. Coming up to try and hook him. And a nice play there by, that looked like Gonzalo. And here comes Beaver Creek taking over.
This is exciting when they take it across the field. Look at this Bay Mare run. Being pursued by Oneto. Oneto's on a fast horse. Can he cover?
Alfredo Guerrero is going to tap it through for Beaver Creek. They score again.
That was just a terrific end-to-end play. That mare was flat out flying 30 miles an hour, David and Dan.
That's what we call a horse race, Dick. What do you think, David?
4-1.
Yeah, thanks. I can't hardly see that. All right. 37 seconds until the first horn. And then there's a 30-second grace period. Oh, that's the first one. I get it, Pam. So, 30 seconds till the second horn, unless a foul is committed. A goal is scored and the ball goes out of bounds. And on the ball, Lindor, Norvio, little tail shot, looking for a teammate. And he gets, a whistle. Now, I think, am I right? Does that end the chucker? There's a foul. Do they do it now, or do they do it at the beginning of the next chucker?
You know, right now the umpires are talking about it. The period is over, so that's the first of our 6 periods. The umpires are going to talk and see whether they'll start the second chucker with either your Oak Brook team hitting or a throwing. So Dan, it looks like a penalty was awarded to the Oak Brook team. Maybe they can close the gap. And you know the one thing about polo, guys, a team can come out with their strongest horses in one chucker and close the gap. So we've got a 4-1 game. It's a penalty for a 60-yarder.
It is 60 yards, goal protected, no defense within 30 yards till the ball is hit or hit at. And for,
We have Horacio Oneto taking the penalty. Let's see.
and he hits a low. Oh, he got it through.
Your
All
Oak
right.
Brook team,
Oak Brook.
4-2, okay, Dan.
Horacio Oneto puts it through from 60 yards back to center field. Clock runs.
And we need to hear from the rowdy fans on the east side, the best fans on the east side of the field. Let's hear it for Oak Brook. All right, remember we're changing directions now each period.
All right, out of the lineup. Mallet in the air. Mariano Gutierrez and, oh, I'm sorry, that was Gonzalo Novia.
We have a whistle.
And the lineup, those throw-ins, David, are tricky because the line of the ball, again, it's changing and it's like a scrum almost. So that's one, and actually one of the most dangerous parts of the game too, is right when that ball is thrown in and everybody's fighting for it. But this is going to go, this is another penalty for a 60-yard penalty.
Beaver Creek will be taking this penalty.
Yep, oh, they will.
Must have fouled. They did. We have Lindor taking this penalty.
You know, Dave, the players are allowed to tee up the ball, and this ball obviously got a good lie. So He's going to either try to hit a line drive.
Don't they have a time limit for now? I thought it was 30 seconds. I don't know. Oh, wow!
Beautiful, very, very difficult shot. 60 yards, the gold judge says it's good.
Do not want to get in the way of that.
Lindor. Terrific shot by Lindor.
Del Vio from 60 yards. Now that ball, folks, is about 4 ounces of solid plastic. Really, this goes back to safety. You don't want to get in the way of that ball. It will break bones, okay? Out of the lineup. Back shot. Vangle. Back shot for Beaver Creek. Turning on the ball. Carreno on the ball. A little offside being ridden off. It's legal to bump an opponent's horse with your own, but they have to be shoulder to shoulder. Back shot.
He passed
Carreno.
Watch Obregon on this bay mare. Clear the zone for Oak Brook, but there is a whistle.
What did you see? What did you see?
The red line, red had the line on that. And white crossed. I think it's going to be a red penalty.
Hey, David, I got something for you to chew on. I got a little Polo tidbit.
No foul.
Oh, no foul. That's what the third man says. Well, then they'll have a throw-in right there. So, David, and Dick, you can help me with this too. I've been struggling for years to understand and having arguments with polo players about the difference between the line of the ball and the right of way. Some players think it's the same thing. I think it's not. Even though they are entwined, if that makes sense.
So we're going to have a throw, and I think the difference is, you know, all these rules and lines that we're talking about, it's that simple. It's a highway, folks. And pretend you're in England and you're driving on the other side. If somebody cuts in front of you, it is a foul. So every time the ball changes directions, it's a new highway, and you can't cut across it.
Back shot. Vangle. Back shot.
That is a beautiful clear
nice
shot by Guerrero. And here comes Toto, is on the ball. Look at that mare. Her ears are back. She's flying. Beautiful hook by Beaver Creek.
Mariano slows it up. And on the ball
Pass to
right
Lindor.
now.
Lindor's carrying the ball. He's looking to Bengal.
And a little tap shot. Now it's legal to hook an opponent's mallet with your own. What a what a neck shot! Oh my goodness! Whoa.
Was that Lindor?
I will tell you, folks, that is perhaps the most difficult shot in polo. When you're on that near side and you have to get way up on the horse's neck and strike the ball almost backwards under the horse's neck for a goal. That was a treat. Well done, sir.
That was a near side neck shot, Dick. Beautifully played. 4.5 minutes left in Chucka number 2. Beaver Creek goes up by a score of 6-2 out of the lineup. Back shot. Vangle. Chris Vangle looking for a teammate. Alfredo Guerrero bumped. And a nice bump. Beaver Creek. And controlling that ball. Oak Brook. Oh, stolen. And fighting for the ball, drill and a bump on the near side. Gotta be careful for, yeah, there's something called 2-on-1 in Polo. But they're letting them play. Here comes a beautiful, what a nice pass. Gopher Grinder picked up by clearing out of there. Jim Drury with a nice offside shot. Sends it up to Horacio. Horacio, near side bump, pops over his mallet, little neck shot by Vangle. Oh, what a shot there by Tomas Toto Obregon. No one to take the pass and tailed away.
You know, right now you're going to see the captain, Horacio Neto, strongest player, I think, on the Oak Brook team. He's coming to goal right now all by himself.
Here it
There's
is.
the shot off the goal post.
It bounced off the goal post, Dick. Taken out, heads up on the sidelines. Where's that photographer?
Careful, folks, careful. Where's the photographer? Oh, beautiful pass upfield to Obregon.
And Obregon has to time that.
Mariano Gutierrez. He's on the ball. He's going to turn it.
And getting
He's
out of the
waiting,
way.
looking ahead. Puts it up to Gentry, up to Horacio Neto.
And Lindor.
Tremendous pass.
Nice back shot looking for a teammate. Look at that pass. On the bounce. Bouncing ball. Guerrero on the ball. Oh, pops over his mallet. Who's going to control it? Vangal takes a little tap on the offside. He'll try and turn that ball. Controlling it still. Coming in. Ah, that was Tomas. And a whistle. No? Yes?
Yeah, they've got a foul there, Dan. It'll be interesting to see what the umpires decide here. Oak Brook was turning the ball, and Beaver Creek made a play on him. And while they are discussing it, I think the players, like gentlemen, decided it's okay to change horses during this timeout, so to give them a break.
Dick, tell me, what is the color of that horse that's walking off the field right now?
Well, we would call it,
Is that a dun?
you don't see it much in the United States, but we would call it a mouse color because you could see the gray brown.
What'd you say, Pam?
Grulla.
What?
Grulla.
In Spanish it's grulla, but we would call it a mouse color. It's and Pam is our horse expert up here. Is she from Argentina? That mare?
That's a really neat color. I like that. I'd buy that horse if I had $25,000. Yeah, we would call it a buckskin in America, wouldn't we? Or it wouldn't be a dun?
No, dun is a lot different.
Dun's a lot different.
Duns are more of a red. Red dun, blue dun.
Oh my gosh, Pam.
Yeah, Dan, that mouse-colored horse is named Vaya.
Vaya. Vaya con Dios. What is Vaya? Come on, who's...
Bayo.
Her name is Bayo. Bayo.
The color is bayo.
Polo is Bayo. The nombre. Marta is the name of the mare.
Marta?
She's from Sweden.
What? All right.
Okay, let's see what they have here, Dan. It's a penalty indeed in favor of Oak Brook. While the player was turning the ball, the red player crossed that highway. And here comes the knock-in.
So that's a five. Oh, look at that coming for us. That's a 5B, I think, Dick, where the foul was committed. Nice job dribbling that ball and changing that line, controlling it, coming in for the bump. Beautifully played. Oh, leading out on the near side, and a whistle there. So I will not call fouls, but I'll tell you what I saw there. So the Oak Brook player had the ball on the near side. Perfect play. Beaver Creek red player coming up on the offside. Perfect. The Oak Brook player, his momentum carried him over the line.
So think of it if you're on a highway in England and you are in the right lane and you cross most of your car over the line in traffic, and that's what happens. The direction of the ball is a highway. The player crossed the highway, the middle line. It's that simple.
Yep.
There's going to be an open goal because of the location of where the foul occurred is close to goal. So to be fair to the red team, the referees have awarded an unguarded goal.
And we have Lindor, who scored the last penalty shot. He is going to try this one more time.
So this is from 40 yards, David. Goal unprotected, all defense behind the end line. They can't come out until the ball is hit at. And look at that, man. That guy is just rocking it. Lindor Novio, and I have him down with, I kind of keep my own score up here, Pam, just because it's a habit. Has he scored 3 goals today or more?
At least.
He's got 3. Back to center field with about a minute and 40 seconds left in chukker number 2. The umpire, Jack Murphy, lines him up. Wants everybody to be side by side. Ball comes down between, out of the lineup. Who's got it? And a whistle. And again, that's a tricky spot, folks, those lineups, but Eddie Martinez and Jack Murphy doing a nice job. And even from up here with this vantage point, I couldn't tell you who actually...
Yeah, I saw Beaver Creek making a foul on Horacio Neto, so I think it'll be awarded a spot foul. That is, they're going to get a free hit from the spot, And Beaver Creek no closer than 30 yards. Your Oak Brook team is going to be heading north.
So we could say from center field is usually a penalty 5A. And there are players that have made that. I saw in my years at Milwaukee, I saw Danny Doherty, the mortician from Duluth, made a penalty 5 in one stroke. And it was an amazing undertaking, folks.
Here we have Mariano Gutierrez with us.
Look at that
Tremendous
huge
shot. Tremendous.
picked up by his teammate.
You know, that shot would have made it all the way to the goal. That's a rarity. That's a 180-yard shot.
Come over here in the shade. It's a perfect spot right here. You're off the field, okay?
Hey folks, remember we're selling 50-50 raffle tickets today. Tickets are $5 or 5 tickets for $20. And you must be in attendance to claim your reward when announced, and winners have the option to donate their winnings to Tony Sequeira. Remember, this is the team up for Tony game today, so Pam is here in front of the announcers tower
here.
with her Heineken bucket, and she's trying to fill it up with money,
We
right?
have Cindy Sequeira right in front of the announcer stand. There she is. Beautiful Cindy.
Okay, Cindy.
So Dan, what happened there is,
Yeah, what happened?
the Beaver Creek team not again, but they did cross the line, and you're going to see Oak Brook with another shot, a penalty shot awarded from the place of the foul. Here comes Mariano. Will he leave it for his teammate? They are talking about what to do with the ball right now. A lot of times it's nonverbal communication between the players. There they go.
And Mariano sneaking past with the tap in the ball, and he's going to put it through the goal
That
for...
was an absolute fantastic carry. He avoided the opponent's hook the entire way to bring your Oak Brook to within 4.
So that's called dribbling, Dick, is it not? And that is like... All right.
That is your second period, folks. We're going to start the third period, folks, with your Oak Brook team heading south. We have a score of 7-3. I heard that Oak Brook saves their very best horses for the second half, so this is going to tighten up. Danny, take it over.
All right. Well, Beaver Creek controlling from the throw-in, reaching out of the saddle, and nice hook is Toto Obregon for Oak Brook, and a whistle stops play.
Yeah, there's another thing you can't do. It's not just crossing the street, but if you have 2 players meeting against one. But I don't want to influence the umpires. Let's see what they say, Danny.
Well, that, Dick, that would have kind of like tie into my, question about right of way and line of the ball. It's so, if things are moving, it's like, again, the highway analogy is perfect. If things are moving, if you have 4 lanes moving in one direction and then somebody ends up coming in the opposite direction, you got a problem. Now, while I'm thinking of it, there's a board that's down over here. I don't know how you guys handle that here at Oak Brook. Danny O'Leary, wherever you are, over here on this sideline, we have a board that's down.
Dan, Oak Brook was awarded this foul because they had a clear path for an offensive play. So just giving them a free hit from the spot would not have been fair. So as though the foul didn't occur, had the foul not occurred, they would have had the ball somewhere around the 60-yard line. So we've got team captain Horacio Neto and the beautiful chestnut mare with a white face.
All right. Penalty 4, look out, wide. There'll be a knock-in from that south end. They'll set that ball up at a spot where it crossed, and here comes Lindor. Lindor cranks up, look at that ball. Go way down the field, and he's looking for his teammate. Moreno pops it up from the offside, being chased by Horacio. Moreno in the next shot, and he's going to go through the goal. See our goal judge waving over his head? My goodness. That's a goal for Beaver Creek.
Pam, was that Lindor again?
Lindor hit an enormous shot
Alfredo.
Alfredo.
up to Alfredo.
Holy
That-
smokes.
Amazing, amazing horse.
And that was Golden Coin. Estrella. What a mare.
Back to center field. Jack Murphy lines him up. Ball's in play. Out of the lineup. Turning on the ball. Oakbrook on the ball. Horacio Neto being bumped. Pushed. What a nice near side back to oh! Jim Drury tried to intercept it. The ball popped right over his mallet. And here comes Guerrero. Coming in to pester him in a nice pass by Guerrero to Lindor. Lindor waits. And he gets Toto over on his offside, pops it up. Sky shot. Oh, look at that slice. What a pass. Beautiful pass. Dribbling the ball. Can't control it. Leaving it for Gonzalo. Alfredo on the ball for Beaver Creek. Alfredo.
On Estrella.
And stolen by Tomas Obregon up against the sideboards. Fighting for the ball against the boards. Sends his teammates north. Controlling the ball. He'll set it up and then he'll send one downfield. What a nice play. He's got Jim Drury playing a nice number one position. Jim Drury on the ball for Oakbrook. Jim with an offside shot. And another offside by Jim Drury heading for goal, being chased.
You got it, Jake. Oh!
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
This was Lindor crossing in front of our number one Oakbrook.
Now this will be interesting, David, because it was imminent score for
Yes.
Oakbrook in the mouth of the goal. I don't know if it's going to be a penalty
It's
one or
going
a
to be
penalty.
from the, I predict it's going to be from the spot. Right there, he drops it.
So, goal unprotected, but would this be a 1 or a 2? Because a 1, they give you the goal and then they throw it in.
It's a 2.
It's a 2 pin. Penalty 2. Spot of the foul.
So your Oakbrook team is taking an undefended penalty, which should result in a goal, and it does, and it closes the gap to 8-4 with 4:30 to go in the first half.
That was Horacio Neto for Oakbrook. Back to center field. All right, back to the lineup. Jack Murphy and Eddie Martinez. Keeping things on the straight and narrow out there. Nice hook. Oh, okay. So, hard to see from the angle, but there's some, you can hook an opponent's mallet. It's legal. However, it has to be below the shoulders of the horse or the player. Whether it's a high hook, I can't remember it.
Foul, definitely. Sorry, foul.
You can't reach underneath, behind, or in front of the horse, and the player has to be in the act of swinging.
Well, the reason I felt it was a foul and confirmed the foul is his horse's head was also across the line, and for safety, the Oakbrook player had no play. You can be hooked, but the horse's head was also doing the hooking. So I confirmed the foul, so it'll be an Oakbrook penalty shot from the spot, Danny.
So did you see a crossing foul there, Dick? Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penalty against Beaver Creek. Dribbling that ball for Oakbrook.
Mariano Gutierrez leaves it for Horacio Oneto. Takes a near side. Oh, just wide. Just wide. Beautiful.
All right, so it'll be a knock-in from the south end. Defense becomes offensive. Offense becomes defense, and here comes for Beaver Creek, Lindor Malvio. Nice shot downfield, coming on strong on the near side. What a play there by Alfredo Guerrero. on the near side, switching to the offside, tries to keep it in play by backing it. He'll turn it, send his teammates to goal, pass the ball. His teammates taking the man. Oh, what a play by Oak Brook on the ball. Overgone, leaving it.
Right,
Look at that near
right
side.
in front of you, folks. Be
Oh,
careful
can't
there.
get to it. Everybody back. No photographers in the way. Turning the ball.
When they're close, you can hear all the language, all the directions
Nabil.
that they're calling.
Ball against the boards. And coming in. Whoa, Linder. Oh, what a nice neck shot there. Good. Mariano. Gutierrez turning the ball for Oak Brook. Gets. Oh, nice pass. Haha. Well played by Oak Brook. Teamwork. 2 minutes left in the chucker. Beaver Creek steals it and turns on the ball.
You got it, Dick.
Mariano, Obregon on this little bay with a white face. Look at him hitting it out of the air. He's being challenged by Beaver Creek. Mariano heading to goal. Willie, can he save it before it goes over the end line?
All right, Obregon riding against Linder Novio. Ball out of play. It'll be a
Hey, red helmet.
timeout.
Danny, red helmet.
I didn't hear you.
Red helmet.
Oh,
Red helmet is Tonto.
I heard you.
Gray helmet is Money.
Where I used to buy my mallets from this company. Avon Polo Mallets is a family business with a long history in the sport. Alfredo Avon came to the U.S. from Argentina in the late 1980s and began working at Wellington Polo Mallets. And he did a ton of repair work. He moved to Chicago. He continues to perfect this craft. Very, very few people, folks, can make a polo mallet. For Alfredo, the most important thing is quality. He takes care of every single detail of the piece, and he builds them custom for each player. And over the years, he's transferred all of his skills to his son, Tomas, born and raised in Chicago. He took over the workshop in 2020. Great to see you, and thank you for your support.
And here comes Oak Brook and Beaver Creek. A nice hook there, but following him up. Vengel leaving it for Gonzalo Naldeo. Gonzalo on the ball, a little offside slice shot, can't see on the line. Taking it on the near side, tapping it away, he's going to try and control it. Coming in there, 2 Oak Brook players, back shot towards goal. Oh, heading for the goal, number 2, and it's over the end line. That'll be a knock-in for Oak Brook, so that worked out okay.
You know, we were talking about the quality of Alfredo's mallets. He does have a vendor area, so please check out his polo mallets. And if you don't play, he doesn't mind you checking them out and see how they feel to you, and you'll get a good perspective on how difficult the sport is.
Watch this, folks. Watch this. Horacio. Wow.
Great pass up to Drury.
Looking
Come on,
good.
Captain Drury.
Oh. And that's going to end the third chukker, folks. After 3, Oak Brook crawling back into this one with 4 goals. Beaver Creek 8. Give both these teams a great big round of applause. So let's start chukker 4, Dick and David, where chukker number 3 ended, and the ball went over the end line. It was knocked out by Oak Brook. So it is Beaver Creek's ball. They'll knock it in from the spot where it crossed the end line, and Lindor Novio for Beaver Creek taps it. And we have begun the second half of the game, folks. So heads up, keep your heads on a swivel, know what's going on in the field, and a little help from Lindor's horse, and then he cranks up and sends a nice shot downfield. On the line of the ball, popped up, controlling that line, a hook. Taken away there, what a play! What a play by Mariano. Now,
Mariano, send it up
Reading back.
Horacio, underneath him, in front of him.
And knocked back against the boards, turning on the ball.
Mariano Gutierrez has the ball, turns it on the boards.
Controlling.
Tapping it forward, looking up to his player, Horacio. He's getting hooked. He avoids the hook. Near side. Oh, what stick work.
His mare is Novella this period. He's playing Novella.
And up against the boards. Mariano. And he's got to get Lindor out of the way. And then sending it downfield. Looking for it taken away by Vangel. Nicely played out. And a nice back shot across the mouth of the goal. I can't tell. It looks like it's across the end line. We're watching for our goal judge to wave that flag.
No goal, it was wide.
You know, Dan and Dave, I see a big difference here. Oak Brook is pressing and pressing and pressing. So I think the score is really going to tighten, folks. So let's cheer for your teams.
There is a timeout on the field. Our umpire picking up the mallet. You can't take a timeout for if you lose your mallet. Okay, folks. Gotta remind you, get caught up in the game, but donate to Tony. Donate to Tony. It's a 50-50 raffle. So come on out and...
Our Lindor's bringing the ball in on this beautiful chestnut mare named Maria.
Oh, what a nice offside shot there. Linda Novia. And on the ball, Oak Brook tops it, taps it, sets it up, net shot, looking for a teammate. He's got Toto Obregon coming in the bump. And Toto controls it, keeps the defensive player on his near side, taps it underneath, still on the line of the ball. Toto Obregon, little tap shot on the offside, sneaking over there. Gets kicked by his horse, turning on the ball. And Jim Drury with a nice neck shot by Drury, heading for goal, backed away by Guerrero, and a whistle on the play.
I was looking down, I didn't see it.
Well, what happened is Oak Brook tapped the ball down and changed that street, changed that line of the ball, and the Beaver Creek player could not get out of the way, so Oak Brook's got a tremendous scoring opportunity here, hitting a penalty shot to the south goal.
So Dick, I was looking at the score sheet at that time that happened, so I know that if a player gets stuck across the line of the ball and they sneak out of there, a lot of times the umpire won't blow a whistle or let them clear. If the player takes a swing at the ball, then there's no question about it.
We have Horacio Neto taking the penalty shot. Open goal.
This is a penalty. All right, Oak Brook. Horacio Neto puts it through, and Oak Brook in checker number 4, crawling back in, score of 5-8.
You know, Dan, Neto missed a couple, just by a couple inches in the second and third periods, and I knew he was not going to miss that one right through the middle of the goal for Oak Brook.
You know, those look easy when you look at this big field. I want to ask David a little bit more about why. I was thinking about this last night. These are the weird things I think about. Whistle out of the lineup. David, what is it about hitting the ball, this physics involved here, when it's sitting still? Why is it harder instead of when it's moving?
It's just you have no momentum. When the ball is sitting there, it's all your shoulder and your strength and the horse and your speed. So we have a penalty right here. Dick, what did you see there, Dick?
Well, Chris Vangel had the line, that is, he was in that left lane of the highway, and the Oak Brook player crossed in front of him, and since he was heading towards the goal, again, had the foul not occurred, he would have been about in the position that they're teeing the ball up for. So they're teeing the ball up so that the hitting player can possibly get the ball airborne. Very difficult to get this stationary ball airborne. But if you can get it over the heads of the defenders who are allowed to block the shot for this severity of penalty. And here we go. Lindor is going to approach the 60-yarder.
And there it is. There it is.
Oh my word, tremendous shot. That was very, very difficult goal, guys.
So there's no defense against that kind of a thing, Dick. When you hit that ball up in the air like that,
And that's the second goal penalty that Lindor scored, where it was beautifully put through. No way to defend it.
and our umpire, Eddie Martinez, bowls the ball in between the two teams out of the lineup. That's where we've seen a lot of penalties today, Dick and David, out of these lineups. Leaving the ball for his back. Lindor, Novia cranks up and sends a gopher grinder. On the near side, beautifully played by Horacio Bonetto, fighting for the ball. Oh! On the ball, back shot on the offside by Beaver Creek. Jim Drury tries to get the near side, can't get it.
Alfredo made a tremendous save there, Jamie, for Oak Brook, but here's a shot by Beaver Creek.
Deflected by a pony, but picking it up. Carreno and Alfredo. That was Carreno.
For Beaver Creek,
Alfredo.
that's going to be a 10-5 score. Oak Brook's coming back, though, folks.
And we have Chris Vango off his horse on the I didn't hear a whistle, but yeah, so that you don't,
This is very interesting.
now I hear a whistle.
3 players were off the field, and time was moving there, and the umpire was about to bowl the ball in. So, as gentlemen, the white team said, the Oak Brook team said, that's okay. If your pony's tired, we'll give her a break, and we'll wait for you to come back on. So, again, a lot of sportsmanship, fellas, in this game.
Hey, folks.
Mariano Gutierrez changed his horses, coming back on the field.
Folks, I've been informed that the proceeds from hats and t-shirts today go to the Fund for Tony Sequeira. So, go down and see them and buy some hats and t-shirts. All proceeds go to the Sequeira Fund.
Jim Drury's riding sports car. I love the name of his horses. Porsche, Sports Car, Chance, Ringo, RB, and Omarita. Ball's in play, fellas.
Turn of the ball. Gonzalo.
Gutierrez to Drury. Drury being challenged by
Nice tail shot by there's Guerrero. And taking the ball from Guerrero.
Be careful, ladies, on the sideline. They're coming towards you.
Up against the boards. Lindor and Mariano fighting for the ball. Following him up for and a whistle on the play. And this one might go Oak Brook's way.
Yeah, in addition, I think the umpires might give Oak Brook an open goal because of where it happened and the fact that Oak Brook was heading to that north goal, Danny.
So you remember, folks, and Dick, correct me if I'm wrong about this, there's a penalties 1 through 6. There's a 5A and a 5B. The most severe penalty is a 1. And Pam, on a 1, do they just give you the goal? And then do they throw it in front of the goal, or do they come back to center field? Oh, thank you, Pam. A 2 is from the spot of the foul. A 3 is 40 yards. 4 is 60 yards. 5 is 150 midfield. That's a 5A. A 5B is from the spot of the foul. We'll tell you about a 6. This is a penalty 3 against Beaver Creek. 40-yard open goal! Yes! Horacio Bonetto puts it through from 40 yards. And Oak
Let's
Brook.
hear it, Oak Brook. We've got a 10-6 game. That's 2 penalty shots.
Eddie Martinez lines the teams up side by side, bowls the ball in between the two teams. He's going to wait for them to assume the position. Doesn't there? Okay, there we go. And out of the lineup, Jim Drury got a piece of it. Looking over his shoulder. Here comes Beaver Creek. Lindor Novia checks his horse, sets his teammates into motion. Net shot, deflected, coming through on the ball. Toto. Oh, and a back shot. And here comes Toto. Omegon. What a shot downfield, riding hard. Oh, no shot! Oh, Horacio, no! What a beautiful play by Toto Omegon. Go Dick.
Hey folks, that's 3 quick goals by Horacio Neto for Oak Brook. We thought it was going to get closer, and it is. You watch the quality of these horses and suckers. Well done. Let's hear it for these teams. We got a 10-6 game, and it's going to take 10-7 now.
Give him a round of applause, folks. I'll be back in just a couple minutes for Chucker number 5 of 6. Remember, in case you didn't know, you remember this. There's no such thing as a tie in a game of polo. If it's tied after 6 chuckers, we go into sudden death. Whoever scores first wins. Oh, okay. Chucker number 5 will commence the throw in at center field. Eddie Martinez bowls the ball in, out of the lineup. Back shot. Oh, what a nice back shot there by Lindor.
Gutierrez.
Turning the ball for Oak Brook. What did you say, David?
Oh, look at this. Up to Toto, near side. Beautiful. Beautiful near side by Toto. Obregon. And along the boards, another near side. Lindor's with him, on his hip. Another
Folks, that is difficult stuff.
Oh!
Just missed there,
just
Danny.
wide.
What a tremendous series of difficult shots.
That was all near side, culminating, David, with a near side net shot at an angle across the goal that almost went in. So here comes
Lindor.
Beaver Creek knocking it in from the north. Oh, and a bump. What a beautiful bump.
Oh, he almost went off.
Long ball.
Along the boards, hit hard, and a bump. Oh, scooping it on the near side, and switching to the offside, setting his teammates up downfield. Here comes Oak Brook. Gonzalo, Mariano Gutierrez. Vengel on the ball for Beaver Creek, taps it, controlling
Toto back.
Toto with a back shot along the boards and controlled by Oak Brook. Jim Drury gets his mallet down on the offside.
Look at that. Going to goal. Jim
Drury with
Drury.
an offside shot. Drury on the ball.
Look at
And
this.
he's heading. He's gonna put it.
Jim Drury, captain. President, Oak Brook Polo Club just scored.
You know, folks, it's 10-8. We kind of predicted it. And I will tell you, the speed and the ferocity has picked up. This is quite a game. This next 5 minutes in the last period is going to be some great polo. We got 10-8. And here we go. Oak Brook's heading south now.
Out of the lineup. And a whistle. Okay.
Horacio Neto on the ball.
Horacio dribbles. And a net shot for goal. That one's going to go just wide. Too bad. Kind of sad. So, David, here comes Beaver Creek. Bringing it in for Beaver Creek.
Lindor is going to bring it in. And what a hit.
Dave, that mare is called Noblessa, that beautiful chestnut mare. Look at her run.
And Rovell leaving it for Vengel. Vengel taps it along the boards on the offside. Chris Vengel still on the ball, heading for goal. Vengel hooks the defensive player and our goal judge running off with the flag waving horizontally. That tells us the ball crossed the end line. And they'll set that ball up at that spot. Nice job, goal judge.
You folks did such a great job at halftime, but look at all the divots already. That means these players are playing really hard. because they are turning hard and running hard. Here we go.
And on the ball, Mariano Gutierrez sends the ball. And careful with the bump. Toto Obregon.
Yeah, a couple of them.
And looking back, Mariano Gutierrez controls the ball, turns it. And here it comes. Oh, Key stays in play. There's what's great about the boards, folks. And scooping it out of there, Toto. Oh, careful now. Oh, and that'll stop it. You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah, we sure did. It was a near collision, and that's why we've got strict rules. We've got to keep our players and our opponents safe.
And that was not malicious on Beaver Creek's part. It was just, I mean, it was inadvertent, but it doesn't matter. You know, you get stuck across the line of the ball. That's kind of, I don't like it when it happens up close to us like this, but you can see it, because sometimes polo can be so hard to see from a spectator's point of view. I gotta tell you, David and Dick, this is fantastic up here in the clouds up here where we announced. We got this bird's eye view and the people in the bleachers. And it's a lot trickier when you're down at field level trying to sort out what's going on.
Well, Oak Brook does it right, and we don't get these golf towers at most clubs. This is really for the United States Open and Oak Brook Polo where they do things right.
All right, this will be a penalty 4. And again, it's against Beaver Creek. And that is
Horacio Neto.
Horacio. Yep, you got it, David.
So we have Mariano change horses. Here we go.
Whoa! You do not want to get in the way of that, but it's wide. No score, but a beautiful shot by Horacio. It's interesting how every player that takes those penalty shots does it a little differently. Horacio slows his horse down, kind of takes it at a walk, just nails it. All right, here comes Beaver Creek. Offside shot, big offside shot by Linda Noville.
On Noblessa, that chestnut mare, I sure like her. Look at that turn by Obregon.
Oh my. Tip-tap, dribble that ball.
That is so hard to do, Danny.
And it's bouncing. Look at him sneak. He sneaks right by near side in front of the goal. And Lindor. Noville, look at that slice shot by Lindor.
There's Noblessa.
And the mallet down, the hook gets a little help from his pony, take it over the line. Oak Brook.
Horacio Neto on the ball. Turns it. Going to goal. Going to goal.
Okay. And a whistle.
There was a whistle.
And that.
So what happened here is some of the some of the equipment broke, so the players are going to have to change equipment, and at this time they can change ponies and give them a break. So it looks like the umpires did agree on a foul.
You know, he's moving a little slowly. Do you think that has to do with him getting knocked up, going down in the first chucker?
I'm not sure. I hope it's not a weather delay, but I don't think it is. These guys are all fun gentlemen. And you're going to see Beaver Creek bringing it in now.
All right, 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the chucker. 30 seconds before that, you'll hear the first horn.
Yeah, and if players can change their ponies quickly, maybe we can get that last and final chucker in and give Oak Brook a chance to come from behind. We're at 10-8, Dan and David.
So, David, this looks like a penalty 5A from midfield, and here comes Beaver Creek. Lindor, Noville, tapping. And he's got the Oak Brook players on his offside, and then he hits a nice shot downfield. Oh, heading for goal, and he puts it through. Vengel might have helped with that, but I think Noville, Lindor took that through. Is there still the rule 2 taps on a penalty, 2 taps and hit away? Does Pam know?
Yeah, and unfortunately some of the international rules do conflict, but I tell you what, Novella gave him that opportunity to make that great pass and the goal. There she goes again, boy. She's worked hard this period.
Oh, Oh, a big swing. That ball spun and flipped over his mallet. And look out, here comes Toto. Chasing him, Lindor. Toto offside. Oh, taps it out, bounces off his horse. Controlling it on the offside. Beaver Creek. Guerrero on the ball. Deflected by a pony. Backed away by Mariano Gutierrez in front of the goal for Oak Brook, but taken out of there. And it's going to be over the back line, and a whistle stops the clock.
And it looks like he's given Novella a break. I have so enjoyed watching her this period. Best playing pony judges give her a look. She was all over the field, and he's given her a break. Well done, sir.
Hey, Dick, is this going to be a penalty 6? I didn't really see how that... I think it is. This is a safety. A penalty 6, which means that the defense knocked it over their own goal line with the goal, right?
Yeah, I think it was unintentional. He was trying to clear, but you can't just hit it over your own back line in order to get a free hit.
Yeah, if it goes off your mallet or your horse or anything, if you touch it and it goes over the end line you're protecting, it comes out 60 yards from that spot, yes?
That's right, and what's interesting is Neto just called for a different ball. So sometimes a brand new ball is sometimes harder to hit than one that has been compressed somewhat. So I believe he's changed balls, he's got it teed up, and Horacio Neto's made some really nice penalty shots. He's changed ponies. Let's see what happens.
He knocks it wide to the left. The penalty 6 is a lot like the penalty 4, in that it's 60 yards from the end line, but depending where it crossed the end line, that changes the angle which we saw there. So, now, Beaver Creek with Lindor. Dolvio bringing the ball in for Beaver Creek.
We've got 36 seconds in this period. Let's see if Oak Brook can turn it around. And Alfredo is on it.
Heads up, Danny. Oh, what a slice shot there.
It's heading to goal. Let's see if Oak Brook can clear it.
Back shot. Taken out of there by Oak Brook.
That's Neto. Look at that mare run.
Near side back shot, beautifully done. Hey, what happened to the goalpost?
Bingo.
And, okay, so this is a nice chance to teach people that when the goalposts are their breakaway, right? They'll fall over.
You keep playing. Let's see if these players can switch horses pretty quick so we can get this final period in.
teamupfortony@gmail.com. Here we go. Dick?
Well, Oak Brook is just got it out of the goal goal, and we've got. Oh, that's for the golf course. Okay. We've got a little bit of time, but start packing up, folks.
All right.
That was Guerrero scoring for Bear Creek.
Guerrero with a net shot on the offside.
They're literally straight.
Folks, do get packed up. There is lighting 10 minutes away, maybe. We're not scientists here, no guarantee, but be safe. We're just going to try to get this game in.
Back to center field, ball's in play. Out of the lineup. Turning on the ball. Beaver Creek. Near side. Nice play, Gonzalez. And a bump. Toto overgone. Bumping. Guerrero turning on the ball. Ball stuck. Getting out of the way. Here comes Mariano. Stolen by Gonzalo Novilla. Backed away for Oak Brook. Here comes. Oh, and a whistle.
That's going against. That's scoring. I think wait it.
All right. Oak Brook down by 3 goals. They're going to get this penalty. They're moving Oak Brook's way. Question will be, are they going to give them a penalty 5 from midfield? Beaver Creek 12. Oak Brook 8.
Folks, we've got Polo the next 3 Sundays, so
Not next Sunday though.
next Sunday we're off, but then the following 3, so please come back. Bring your friends and have a party with us. So Oak Brook is going to be hitting a defended 60-yard. Let's see if Oneto can make his 4th.
And when you say
Oh.
defended, Dick, it's within, no defense can be within 30 yards of the ball till it's hit or hit at.
Yeah, you know, the rules have changed quite a bit. It used to be that the player could tap all the way to the goal, and it's just too dangerous with players sitting in there. So now the player must hit away. And you're right, the defenders can't come within 30 yards of the hitter, Danny.
Really?
And that rule has changed back and forth a couple times, has it not?
Yeah, every year, like golf, like any sport, we get some new rule changes, and it's all for the safety of the players and the horses.
Well, I heard Rob Wilkinson announce a game, and he's a little tricky filling in for Rob because he's a great announcer. But he said something in a game that I wasn't familiar with. It's called shadowing. Maybe you can explain that.
I like shooting.
Let's watch Oneto on this shot.
Yeah, right.
See if he can convert his 5th.
And low and wide. So Oak Brook not able to capitalize on the penalty 4. It'll be a knock-in from the south end.
We've got 6 minutes to go,
On the ball.
and I'll get you some information on
Novia.
Lindor is breaking away. Look at this.
this mare's name. Her name is Alma. Alma, another chestnut.
Controlling for Oak Brook. Horacio Oneto being bumped by Vangel. Obergon comes through. Oregon! Hooked. And on the line of the ball. And bumped by... Oh, and a hook! Backed away by Beaver Creek. Fighting for the ball, and now it's in the air. No whistle yet. Popping out of there, controlling with a little dribble, and cranking up, and putting it went off Chris Vangel's back. And a score.
Folks, do be careful. Drive real slowly when you do leave. There's a lot going on, a lot of people walking between cars. Be very careful.
I couldn't tell. Chris Bangle, it's off his back. No, the score's the wrong way.
I know, I know.
We've got a 12-9 game right now. The scoreboard's
On the ball.
I gotta take the score off. I
Time
can't
out.
see the scoreboard because they're in my way.
Oh, what did you want to know, Pam?
Sorry, guys, I'm putting off my...
What? Cancel? What do we do? Oh!
All right, let's go.
He's switching horses.
All right, so Lindor and Novia switching horses while there's a timeout. And it looks like... Hey, who scored that last goal, by the way? Toto did? Thank you.
well, this beautiful dark chestnut.
And Chris, did that goal go off your shoulder?
Monja.
Yeah, off your helmet. Yeah.
There's Alma right in front of us. She's done for the day. Beautiful mare. All right, we got a few minutes left to go, folks. Be careful, please. Ball's in play, Danny.
Out of the lineup. Turning that ball against the boards. Chris Vangel taps it away, backs it to his teammate over the boards. And this is where this has changed in the last couple of years. They don't take a timeout. They drop the ball and they have what, 10 seconds or how you guys do that? Yep.
Lindor's got the ball, taking it down, tapping.
And on the ball for Beaver Creek. Here's Linda Novio in the rain, backed up Pops it up on the outside over the end line.
Players keep playing until the field condition gets too slippery for the horses.
And
Ball's
they-
in play for Oak Brook, Danny. Here we go.
They will adjust. Oh! Back shot by Vangle. Picked up by Oakbrook and on the ball. Toto! Obregon offside shot downfield, chasing him. Oh, yeah, oh, hooked.
That's Maya by Linda. Look at that mare run.
Tail shot. Beaver Creek, well played. Controlled. And taken away. Heads up on the sidelines, folks. Here they come.
Mariano backs it along the board.
Nice.
Beautiful pass to his teammate.
To Rossio.
Oh, kicked by the horse. Got to move. Nice little tap by Bengal. Sends it up to Gonzalo Novio.
Mariano Gutierrez next it to the
What
board.
a shot that was, David.
Let's see if Oneto can bring it all the way down for Oak Brook. He's got players going ahead for the pass. There's the pass.
Near side back shot by Beaver Creek. Turning on the ball. Beautiful. Answer by Oakbrook. Oneto. Near side for Beaver Creek. Chris Vangle gets a piece of it. Takes the pass along the boards. That's tough. Nice play, Vangle. And breaking away, Chris Vangle for Beaver Creek. Heading for the goal. He's going to put it wide. Too bad. So sad.
Got a minute 30 to go, Danny.
Here we go.
Got a 12-9 game, buddy.
Knocking in from the south end. Oh, Brook.
Rain will not stop these players.
Horacio.
Look at that shot.
Way downfield. That's 150 yards plus.
He murdered it.
Looking over his shoulder. Tail shot. Heading for the boards. Reaching out, scooping it on the offside. Leaving it for Oneto. Horacio. Beautiful back shot, looking for a teammate on the ball. Taking it on the offside. Well played by Beaver Creek, but picked up. Tail shot, another beautiful tail shot. And here comes Mariano Gutierrez. Waits for the back shot from Beaver Creek.
That's that mare Maya right now. There she goes.
Linda Novio heading for goal. He's gonna put it through. No goal. And that should.
Ladies and gentlemen, be safe. Please congratulate Bear Creek at a 12-9 win. I think these guys are going to have a rematch in a few weeks, so please come back and see us.